Good evening and welcome to the Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station. I'm your host, Roman, and we have a great show planned for you today. But first, the forecast on IntellectualRadio.com. Weather Center today, rain and thunderstorms in the PM, high 78 degrees. Tonight, heavy rain and a thunderstorm early, high 70 degrees. Tomorrow, a shower or thunderstorm around in the morning, otherwise mostly cloudy and humid, high 80 degrees. Tomorrow night, mostly cloudy and humid, low around 70 degrees. The rest of the week forecast looks like this. Wednesday afternoon, thunderstorms in spotted areas, high 83 degrees. On Thursday, mostly sunny and humid, high 84 degrees. And on Friday, partly sunny, warm and humid, high 86 degrees. The Drive at 5 is part of the Monday Night Mogul with the Spiritual Hour at 4 p.m. Straight No Chaser with Real Ray Harris at 6 p.m. Monday Night Mingle with your girl Gina at 7 p.m. and Maze Says with Maze Jackson at 8 p.m. The Drive at 5 is also part of the fabulous 5 at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com. Today, my guest has worked with icon house legends like Steve Silk Hurley and others. She is here to talk about her new single and the rebirth of house music popularity in the Chicagoland area. Please give a Drive at 5 welcome to Jamisha Trice. Welcome to the Drive.
Thank you for having me. What's going on?
I know. You've been like a diva in a house music, right?
I don't know about diva, but I'm doing my best to try to, do some cool things in the industry.
Please give IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station your background.
So again, my name is Jamisha Trice. My background formerly is in R&B. I toured early, like with Usher, and did a lot of opening for like people like Kanye. Worked with Ciroc when they were early on in their campaigns. Heard it through the Grapevine campaign, the first Ciroc campaign. That was one that I did. And moving forward, I've been working in house music with SNS Records, Steve Silk Hurley's label with DJ Skip, and basically just I've been doing a lot of music globally, doing a lot of work with artists, from all around the world, Japan to Barbados, all the way to France, and, back home in Chicago to working with a lot of people here in Chicago, Slovenia. Shouts out to my boys, Super Funk out in France, just trying to do some cool things in the industry and just keep myself busy.
So how you basically, international, so to speak, right? Yeah, kind of. You're being modest, I can tell, right?
No, but just working.
How you get to that step? House music is considered one of Chicago's staple, and you're trying to push it globally. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the house music, a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually bigger overseas than it is here in Chicago. Like, it's the world music. Like, if you go anywhere in the world, the music that's playing like on the radio and that's really, really popping and that's hot and that lights up the clubs is house music. And so everywhere around the world, people recognize that Chicago is the birthplace of house music and appreciate house music. And a lot of the bigger names in house music are actually international artists. And it's a huge scene. Like, it's huge. Like, if you go like to Olympics, like the World Cup, all that stuff, it's house music. Like, everywhere you go in the world, it's house music. And from Africa all the way to wherever you decide to travel or go, Switzerland, Greenland, the most remote places sometime in the world, like Chicago, house music is like huge everywhere.
What inspired you to do house music instead of other genres of music?
Like house music is like it's all about love. It's all about the connection that you have with people. I just did an event last night, the house music block party, and it was like thousands of people out there, no violence, no no incidents, just love, all different races, all different types of people, and it was just amazing experience. And house music is something that you can always find love in, and it's a beautiful music. I do still love R&B. I work with a lot of R&B and hip hop artists, but house music is just something about it that's like just amazing. It's beautiful, and like I said, it's all about love. It's all about acceptance. It's all about just connectivity. It's people all around the world that show me love, that come on my page, and I'm like, and these people I would normally never meet, but it's all about the music and the love for the music that people have.
I talked to some people,
Oh,
preparing for the interview,
okay,
and
okay.
house music fans, and they all said to me the same thing about house music. They mentioned it brings the emotion from within. Describe that to us, the emotion from within.
It's it's something that allows you to just be yourself, and it allows you to connect with who you are. And no, it's a judgment like free zone when you're in like a house music space, or you go to a house music club. It's like people are just dancing, and it's like all of this interpretation of how they feel about the music, and nobody's looking at you funny or crazy. It's just you're just allowed to be yourself, and that's the beautiful part about house music, is just being yourself, individuality. And that's why one of the reasons why I really love it, because it allows me to really tap into different things that I normally wouldn't be able to tap into outside of that genre. And it's just dope. It's awesome, and I love seeing how it brings people together too.
Someone else said the song entitled "Follow Me."
Uh-huh.
Wow, you just light up when I said that. It's the best song to define house music because it takes you to a journey of, this is what they said, happiness, togetherness, soulful, and peaceful music. What are your thoughts about that opinion? Because you described something similar to that when you
Yeah.
was describing house music in your own way. So
So the song "Follow Me," you talking about the old school version? Because I actually have a song called "Follow Me" as well that I released with DJ Rhythm. But you talking about the original?
yeah, I
The
guess.
original
I
was
mean, so
like
many
that's
house renditions. I don't even know.
and it's actually an original version. We wrote it. We didn't even like use the other song like as a reference. We were just working on a record, and it just happened to be entitled "Follow Me." And shouts out to DJ Rhythm who did that record. But the original, it's like if I could define one song that would kind of sum up my experience with house music being young, it would be that song. It was like it was everywhere. It was on the radio. You just heard it all day, every day, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. And I think a lot of people connected with that song because it. I don't know. It taps into the emotion of a person, and it taps into like um this thing that house music does with people. And like anytime, like even now, all the way, if you go to any house music club and that song comes on, that's like, I don't care what race the person is, I don't care how old they are, what age, that's everybody's song. Like literally, that's everybody. And you're gonna light the dance floor up. It's gonna go crazy if you put that song on, even now, right now to this day. All the way from back then when it first came out, all the way up until now. I
So
bet my money on that song.
uh, I I'm speechless
What?
because I actually like the song. I heard it, and I a lot of people don't know I have some house roots myself.
Okay.
Like, oh, don't laugh at me, Rhea. So with the house music, you say no matter what race, what color,
hmm
what creed, what
hmm
sexuality, it just brings people together.
It does.
So, what does your follow me? You mentioned you did a rendition of
Uh,
that. What you think? Does is it similar?
it's actually it's not similar in melody, it's not similar in lyrics, but it still has the same kind of feeling to it, and it still grabs into the heart of a person when they hear it. I mean, I get people from all around the world who tell me like that song, like that they play it every day and that they love it, and it does something to them, and it's extremely humbling for me as a person who I make music because I love it, and
Mhm.
sometimes we get caught up as artists into what we do, and to have somebody reach out to you and tell you that this song affected them in a certain way is just something I can't really describe the feeling. It's a beautiful feeling that I get when people say things like that to me, and I don't take it for granted either. Um, so
So describe Chicago version of house music. It has a unique version in
mhm,
comparison to New York house
right,
music, LA house music. House music, it just seems like Chicago invented it. We
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 did.
we we
We
we
can claim, if we can't claim nothing else, we definitely can claim house music in like the Garrett style Chicago popcorn. Like those that's ours. We got that. Like
Okay, you got it locked.
that's us.
So
Yeah.
describe the difference between New York, California versus Chicago. It's like the mecca of house music.
Right.
And when people hear Sam Silk Curly,
Mhm.
Jetmaster Funk, the Hot Mix 5.
Right. I just did their event. Oh, it was amazing. Like, so Chicago has this hard, gritty, like almost basement kind of feel to it, in terms of house music. And I think the identity of it is based off of the way that the city is. The city is hard. The city is, but it's also beautiful, and so you just have this kind of hard feeling with the music, but also you got to think we got the Cuban Afro beat type of house as well here. We got a lot of Latin house here because the Latino community is really big here in Chicago. So you have like different types of house music. Like yesterday at the block party, there was so many different type of house music that I heard. I was just like, whoa, I'm blown away just to hear all the different forms and types of music, even just in the genre of house. It's like you have so many subgenres inside a house. Like if you go to a site like TrackSource, shout out to TrackSource because they show your girl a lot of love. You'll see all these different genres of house music, and none of them sound the same.
No.
None of them sound the same. You got deep, you got soulful, you got Afro Cuban, you got, I mean, and then you go all the way to the side with the EDM and trap and all the like newer, interpretive versions of house. It's crazy. It's like you will get lost literally just listening to house music. It's so many, and me, I like people like, well, what kind of house music do you do? Well, primarily I do like a lot of soulful, but I also branch and do different types of house music because it's all about the interpretation and how I'm feeling as an artist. And so I get tracks from all around the world, and it doesn't matter to me if it's this type of house or that type of house. Sometimes it's just about how does it make me feel, and does it make me want to write, does it give me an emotion. And so house music is evolving. Chicago is definitely the birthplace, and I think that the sound has traveled maybe 4 or 5 times around the world, and now it's right back here where everybody's checking for what we do and what we have to offer again. And our DJs have toured the world playing this music and have infected the globe with this music. And now you have all of these newer artists who are doing some amazing things in house music, and it's like it's all transformed into something bigger. But that sound that's really hot right now is Chicago house. I know I just had that was a mouthful, and
No, no.
But
When how you define yourself
mhm.
in this house music industry? It's big, it's global, but it's like a few people that can tap into house music, and you're one of them. How you put yourself in that genre?
Well, I definitely have to say that I was blessed to meet some guys a few years ago. One by the name of Steve So Curly, and then the other one by the name of DJ Skill. Shouts out to both of them. They're just amazing. And they have this label, SNS Records. Steve and Skip, that's the S and the other S. And Steve is a legend, of course, in house music. He's produced from everybody from Madonna all the way to CeCe Peniston, a lot of her big hits, and Michael Jackson. And I won't say that it was something that wasn't easy. I'll be honest. I had been, working, trying to get a break for a long time. And then I was just literally blessed with this opportunity. For them to open up the door to this world, because it's really clicky. Like, people don't know it's not the industry part of it. Like, the music part where it brings all these people together is amazing, but the industry part is sometimes can be clicky, and if you haven't been around and on the scene, is sometimes it can be challenging to get inside. So I was blessed to be able to work with some really amazing and talented guys, like Steve, who really opened the door and saw something special in me and said, "Hey, I want to work with you. I believe in you," and I believed in them, and it's been amazing. And we're working, like I said, working with people from all around the world, and I love it. And as far as me defining myself, I want to be known as one of the most versatile house music singers in the world. Like, I want you to hear me do this and then turn the channel and hear me somewhere else and like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, she's doing this and she's doing that. And like, nobody's ever done that. Nobody's ever been able to really cross and do all these different styles of house. Like, if you have a house singer, they're usually doing soul or they're doing this. And for me, it's like I like breaking the box down. I don't mind the box, but I like it to be open, so that I can
Why?
see, yeah, and I can express myself. And so I want to be able to do that, and I want to be known for that. And I want all different types of DJs to call me. I want all different types of remixes. Like, I want 100 remixes, of a record, like, because I want to hear all the different interpretations of what that sound or that song is to different people. And I want to see the world um, listen to it from a different angle and enjoy all these different types of people be able to enjoy the same song in the same music in a different way.
Gospel house.
Mm, yeah,
There's a staple in the house music for gospel house,
right.
and you have R&B.
Hmm.
Now, a friend of ours on the Drive at Five, Dana Devine, describes, her very
We
well.
love Dana. Hey, Dana. Hold on. There's the camera. Hey, Dana.
Dana Devine, a lot of people are surprised of
Uh-huh.
her house roots in gospel.
Yeah,
She's the one that really defined gospel house.
Dana's awesome.
And then you have Sante Savage,
Hmm.
and her remixes to the R&B song
Hmm.
is entering that realm of house music
Hmm.
as well. So, how you kind of like this remix? It's an R&B song or this gospel song.
Hmm.
Started out as gospel, but the remix version turns out to be like a whole different group, whole different setting, and it's like, wow, I
Hmm.
created a monster here.
Yeah, yeah.
Describe that.
Um, so with And I'm gonna make sure that I understand exactly understand the question. I think I understand it. I,
You want me to repeat it again?
I just well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best to answer it.
Okay.
I think which is this what you're saying? Like just to say for instance, remember the time. Steve So Curly did remember the time,
Right. Correct.
and the original version of the song is not the one that everybody
Correct. Yes.
plays.
Yes.
The remix that Steve So Curly did is actually the version that's in the video and that went, like mega for Michael Jackson. Is that
Right.
what you're asking?
Yes. Yes. That's what
Like
I'm asking.
that's awesome. Like and that's the thing. It's all about the different interpretations. And even with the remixes, you never know which remix is going to be the one that's going to break out and just become this mega hit. You just don't know, and sometimes it's not the original version of it. Dana, getting back to Dana is awesome. She's like a big sister to me, and her what is the house the slide gospel
Gospel slide.
slide.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! So we were invited to do the Greater Chicago Food Depository Hunger Walk. We actually booked Dana for that, and she did it, and it sent the deck up. I mean, it was like everybody was out there doing a gospel slide, and it's amazing to see all those different types of people come and like dance to this music. It's like it's infectious. I don't know, it's just something amazing about it. It just brings people together, and it's really peaceful and it's beautiful. And I think the city is understanding that more because they're really getting behind the house music market and scene, and they're really promoting it, and they're like doing a lot of things to help push the agenda of house music forward, which I love. Shouts out to the city of Chicago for getting behind it. That's dope.
So when we come back, you'll perform for us, right?
Yes.
When we come back on the Drive at 5 on the intellectualradio.com/iHeart radio station, Jamisha will perform one of her latest tracks on the Drive at 5.
Baby, keep taking me up. Don't let me hit you.
And we're back on the Drive at 5 on intellectualradio.com/iHeartRadio station. Performing her latest track, Amazing Superman, here is Jamisha Trice.
Hey. This one's for you, Roman. All right, Chicago and all around the world, if you love house music, then you're gonna like this song. All right, here we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. This thing that we share is priceless. You're so incredible. Baby, you shine like diamonds. You start my heart and go. I'm loving wherever you take me. Don't know what the future holds. As long as it starts with you and me. When I am down, you know just what to say to make me smile. I'm overwhelmed with all this love. You turn it all around. Baby, you're awesome, super wonderful. You're the definition of amazing. Beautiful, wonderful. You're the definition of amazing. You are amazing. You're my amazing Superman. You're my amazing. You're my amazing. You're my amazing Superman. The way you take care of me. Round of applause to you, baby. Standing ovation. 'Cause you give me everything I need. Like a love song, playing my heart on repeat. You're a novelty, a treasure so rare, anomaly. My amazing, you are amazing. You're my amazing. Oh, Superman. You're my amazing. You're my amazing. You're my amazing Superman. You're my Superman, oh baby. I never had no one like you. Always there for me, yeah, baby. How can I ever repay you? Repay you? Oh, repay you? Oh, yeah. You're my amazing, my amazing, yeah. You're my amazing, you're my amazing, my amazing Superman, You are so amazing. You are so amazing. Amazing Superman. Amazing Superman. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, amazing, amazing,
And we're back on the Drive at 5 on intellectualradio.com/iHeart radio station. Some Drive at 5 music courtesy of Tamisha Trish. Jamisha Trish. Trice. Dog, I was so, you know what? I'm so discombobulated. You know, it was like, wow, you goosebumps all over me and Earl. You know, describe Amazing Superman. How you come up with the song and everything.
So me and my co-writer and producer Johnny Bravo, we actually wrote the song together, and it's we got a track from, of course, from Steve and Skip. They sent the track over from a group from Japan called Sandstorm, and they're amazing. I mean, you hear the music is like really soulful. I was really surprised that it was a group from Japan, and they sent the track over, and me and my co-writer, who is also my husband, we wrote the track together, and it was about my experience with love, I mean, when you have that feeling and you know what that feels like, it just makes it so much easier to write something like that. But I wanted it to be pay homage to all the amazing, not just, you know, my love experience, but all the amazing people, and especially brothers that have been in my life that have been there for me. And so the song is much more than just about a love experience. It's about just, you know, the respect that I have for all the amazing supermen in the world.
And I really thought that song was meant for me.
It's for you too.
Now I'm like so jealous.
Don't be. You'll get your own special song one day.
Hey, I will. What's it like working with your husband? I mean, some people like you stay on your end, I'll stay on mine. You stay in your lane. What's it like working with your husband?
For the most part, it's really good because he's an excellent producer. I mean, he's like top of the line. He's a product specialist for a lot of major software companies. He tours with Melodyne and all kind of stuff. And so he's busy. He's extremely busy. I can barely get him in the lab anymore. It's so funny. He's blown up, and it's sometimes now I'm working with a lot of new producers, but it's good for the most part. Sometimes it's a challenge because, you know, there's no boundary and separation between home and studio, and some things a few times may spill over a little bit, but for the most part, we keep it cool. We have a great relationship. We've been friends since college, and so the root of our friendship is what helps us get through like some of the tough things. But I mean, he's an amazing producer. He's an amazing songwriter, and it's like our ideas just like they bounce off of each other so well. And I've yet to find someone that I have as much synergy with in terms of being in the studio. But I mean, for the most part, it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. and you know, in the past, you know, you may have had, you know, dated people that aren't in music, and they don't really understand what you do. So when you have a person who completely gets you, it's like the best feeling in the world.
And it's hard to define that chemistry in music that fits like a glove.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that you found something that fits like a glove. So that's good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Another person that you work with,
a
lot of people wanted to know. So I'm going to ask this question. Define the feeling or, you know, the working environment of working with the iconic legends such as Steve Silk Hurley. What's it like working with him?
It's awesome, man. It's like
awesome in what way?
Because okay, Steve is a superstar. Like everywhere we go, he's like everybody pictures and everything. And I mean, it's when you're an artist, you kind of understand it. Like even myself, I'm like, you know, I have to hug and kiss the babies. But Steve is so humble, man. He's such a cool dude. And short, long story, like I saw Steve when I was growing up, and I saw him on Oprah once, and he were doing this competition, and like at the end of the competition, Oprah basically paid for people to work with Steve and some other people. There was like this American Idol type of thing. And I was looking, sitting there in my room. No, actually, I wasn't in my room. I was in the living room. And I was like, I want to work with Steve Still Curly. I said that and I prayed a prayer that night to work with him. And flash forward, I tried to get in touch with him like for years. And it was like we kept missing each other. Same circles. We just kept missing each other. And then one day I was at a party with George Daniels. At George Daniels, I was actually performing downstairs for the Greater Chicago Food Depository with Georgie Porgy, and I went upstairs to George's party, and it was at the I can't remember where we were, one of the Hard Rock Hotel. I went upstairs and I was coming down an elevator, and a friend of mine, Tim Matthews from Columbia, introduced me to Skip. DJ Skip. He's a world renowned global DJ. And we were just sitting on the elevator talking. And I was just like, we just exchanged information. And over the next year and like and a half, we never talked about really doing music together. And he told me, he was like, I work, he was, Steve's partner, but I didn't really grasp it for real. I was like, okay, a lot of people say they work with Steve, but him and Steve were actually real partners, like in crime, like the S and the S. And so when I realized that, I just kept seeing their movement and everything they were doing. And I was like, man, I really want to work with them. But I didn't know how to approach it at first because me and Skip had become like friends. Like he was mentoring me. And we would just, talk and just, chit chat and everything. And then one day he was talking about this girl doing some music or something. This girl, and I got angry. Just like, I'm sitting right here and I've been here for like a year and a half. You ain't never asked me to do no music or nothing. I just got mad one day. And I was like, and he was talking and I started turning red. Like I was fuming. I was like steaming. I was fuming at a certain point. And I was just like, what's it going to take for me to do some music with you? And he was like, well, you got some music? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, send me some. I'm like, oh, okay. And I had been working all these years on house music, and I had not had like this crazy outlet to put it out. I had just been working, and got frustrated after a while because I'm just working on all these music, and I don't have no way to put it out and all that. And I sent him what I had, and he called me back like 5 minutes later. He was blown away. He was just like, oh my God. He's like, this is amazing. He was like, we about to work like right now. And he called Steve on the phone that same day. And that's the like really first time I had ever talked to Steve so Curly. And after that, I mean, since then, it's just like, I don't know, everything has been just like amazing ever since then. And I just, it's almost like, I don't know. It's like working with I won't say working with your idol because I just look at Steve like he's a friend now. But like for real, like sometimes when we're out, it reminds me of how popular and how big he is, and that it's really a blessing to work with such amazing people. Like,
what category you define your music into the many genres of house music? What are you, R&B house? Are you deep house? Are you gospel house? Or are you just all over? What category you put your music into?
so I'm defining my my uh my place right now. And so I don't want to put
A title on it?
I don't want to because I'm still defining it, and I'm going to see, what works well and what works best for me. I really love soulful. I love deep, more soulful than anything. I like some of the newer genres, some of the hybrid genres as well. And I just like to experiment with different music. So I don't want to quite define it just yet. Let's see what happens.
You performed for the Tom Joyner Morning Show before.
Uh-huh.
What was it like? Tell us, describe that to us.
Oh man, it was so cool. So I did the Tom Joyner Show jingle. The
Oh.
yeah, I did that.
Okay.
And it ran. And shouts out to Uncle Butchie because he's the one that called me. He really loved my voice, and he called me in. Shouts out to Gus too, Gus. Thank you for that one. And he loved my voice and he called me in and he was just asked me to do it. And when I went in, I didn't know what to expect. And we got a call from Tom and Tom was like, I love that version. And he played it for like 2 years straight. Most of them only play like maybe 3 months. And he played my version for 2 years. It still plays now.
What version is that? Can you demonstrate?
Oh, what's that on the radio? Makes me wanna party, oh, it's TJMS, got me feeling good, I must confess. Tom Sybil J, gonna rock my day. It's the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Oh, 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 oh. I wasn't ready, y'all. I wasn't ready. But I love that jingle. It was so cool. Uncle Butchie actually wrote it, and yeah, he's amazing too. But yeah, Steve was on Tom Joyner Morning Show for a lot of years too, and that was one of the things that I thought would get me closer to Steve, but it didn't. It didn't. It was just like we just did that. Mm-hmm. Like we just missed each other, but I'm glad that we finally got a chance to work.
Now, I remember Boys to Men.
Oh, yeah.
Total different genre than what you're doing, but it coincides to the discussion here. Boys to Men said, and I quote, they did not get the realization they have made it until they got onto an elevator and they heard their song in music. Elevator music.
Yeah.
So define that realization moment that you know you have made it.
Man, that's a hard one because I feel like I've made it, and I feel that way because my music reaches the world and it touches a lot of different people, and that's what it's all about for me. I do it because I love it. It's just like if I never, reach this whatever pinnacle of that success that people think that they're supposed to reach, I would still do it because I just love it. I wake up in the morning and I sing. I go to bed and I sing. I'm writing. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that moment for me is or what it feels like, because even now I'm just like I'm in it, and so it doesn't feel like this you've made it thing. It's just like I'm just doing it, and I just love doing what I'm doing, and I wake up and I enjoy doing what I do, and that's making it for me. Like, I enjoy doing what I do. I love doing what I do.
And you also love what you do on the not-for-profit side as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about, you got an event that's coming up, but describe your not-for-profit organization that helps children in music.
Right. So my nonprofit organization is Forever Hope Agency, and our mission is to undertake the needs of individuals within underserved communities. And that's just a way of saying we help everyone that needs help. Our focus right now is on teens and on youth advocacy. And so we're working on a STEAM program: science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. It's a program that fuses all of these disciplines and lays the foundation for the arts, so people can understand the technical part of the arts, that is actually science. And we want to engage children and get them interested in science and math from a different perspective. And so that's something that I'm working wholeheartedly on. We plan to launch in the spring, summer of 2017, and we're actually raising donations and getting sponsors for that now, which Sweetwater is one of our newest sponsors. Yay! I'm so excited about Sweetwater because they're a huge tech company that sells music software and music equipment and stuff, and they're really big in the industry. So we just got them on as a partner, and right now we're looking for more partners and to bring more people in. So if you want to donate, go to foreverhopeagency.org. That is Forever Hope Agency again .org, and there's a donate button. If you want to donate or you want to become a partner, you can leave your information on the site. Also, we're doing this crazy back to school event on the 31st of the 28th of this month, and it's we're one of our main sponsors is Walgreens, area investments. Sorry, Sweetwater. We have a lot of different. Trey, so they help me. She's over there taping. Anyway, hey Trey, how you doing? She's doing so amazing. Thank you. We have the Jaguar. Or what is it? Orloff. Jaguar Orloff. They're one of our sponsors. We are planning on giving away hopefully 500 book bags this time. We gave away 300 last year. We ran out and it broke my heart because we had to turn some kids away. So this year we are planning on doing about 500, and we're serving food, games, popcorn, cotton candy. We're having live entertainment. The Jesse White Tumblers will be out. Shouts out to Chicago Park District for opening up their facility to us in the park. We got a lot of amazing things that's gonna happen soon. So stay tuned for Forever Hope Agency.
What date and time?
So it is on August the 28th from 12 o'clock until 4 p.m.
And if somebody wants
sorry, go ahead.
No.
It's at the 2100 block of Adams Street. That's right in between Hamilton and Levitt. Sorry.
And if somebody wants to get in contact with you?
If somebody wants to get in contact with me.
Get your music or whatever?
Oh, me, yay. So because I talk about the nonprofit all the time. So if someone wants to get in contact with me, they can hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all Jamisha Trice. That's JAMEISHATRICE. Jamisha Trice. Everything. You guys can hit me up. You also can hit up my Gmail account, which is teamjamisha at gmail.com, if you want to, really talk for real.
And you're going to perform your new single coming up, right?
Yeah. Sure.
One last performance for Jamisha Trice coming up on The Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com. And we're back on The Drive at 5 on IntellectualRadio.com/iHeart radio station. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to Earl Winfrey and Rhea Ray Harris. Rhea Ray Harris is up next with Straight No Chaser. Here is Jamisha Trice with her latest cut.
Baby, keep taking me up. Don't let me hit the ground, love. All right, y'all. Here we go. This one's for you. I'm losing my balance and I can't walk straight. Somebody call the doctor, 'cause something feels so strange. It's like I took a blue pill and I'll never be the same. And if you are the answer to why I feel this way, don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. Ain't no gravity, no gravity, no gravity, no gravity. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me. Baby, keep taking me up. It feels like I'm floating. You're pulling me up high. You've taken me captive. And I don't wanna fight. So will you be my captain? I'm ready to take flight. I'm letting go of the fear. We're taking off tonight. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. With no gravity, no gravity, no gravity, no gravity. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. Under the moonlight, you make me feel high. Now we can take flight tonight. The sky is our playground, and I wanna go now. Make love on the stars all tonight. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. Keep taking me up. Keep taking me up. See, don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up. No gravity, no gravity. Don't let me hit the ground, love. Baby, keep taking me up.